Hey everyone, this is Lomi, and I had a lot of people message me to ask about resizing the pattern for the chiffon peasant dress I made a couple weeks ago. I figured the best solution would be to take a minute to show you how I made the pattern and how you can make your own. So I'll be using Lulu to show you how to do it because she's small and fits on camera nicely. Aside from your doll, you'll need a measuring tape, ruler, pencil, and paper. We need just a few measurements. First, measure around the doll's chest. Not around the fullest part of the bust, but the top of the chest where the neckline will sit. This is the chest circumference. Mine's 13.5 centimeters. Next, measure down from the top of the doll's shoulder over the fullest part of the bust down to the ankle. This will be our dress length, 17 centimeters for me. Next, we'll get measurements from the arm. Start by measuring the width of the shoulder at the top of the doll's arm. 17 millimeters for mine. Then we'll need to measure the arm depth, which is from the top of the shoulder to the bottom of the doll's shoulder joint. If you're doing this for a BJD, you'll need to include the ball joint. Mine's about 18 millimeters. Last, you'll need the arm length, from the top of the shoulder to the fingertips. 10 centimeters for me. Now we can take these measurements and do a little math to get started. We'll want to begin by rounding up the shoulder measurements just a little so they're easier to work with. Both of my measurements become 2 centimeters, but the shoulder width measurement on top needs to be divided in two, because that measurement will be split across the two sides of the sleeve. That leaves me with 1 centimeter for this part. Last, you'll want to take the measurement here, the chest circumference, and divide it by 2. Now we can begin drawing. Starting your pattern at the edge of the paper gives you a nice straight line for a center fold, so we'll draw from there. Leave a little space at the top and bottom of the paper and mark the length measurement. This is 17 centimeters for me. You can tape pages together if you need more length. Next, add ½ inch to both the top and bottom of your length measurement. This gives us a hem allowance for the bottom and space for the elastic casing on top. Now we can measure out sideways from the top and bottom to mark half the chest circumference. 6.75 centimeters for me. On the bottom, if you want to make the dress flare out a bit, you can make this a little wider, just however much you want. We're not ready to connect this side just yet though, so for now, just mark straight down from your original half chest circumference measurement. Next, we'll make the armhole. Begin by marking that half shoulder width measurement we got, 1 centimeter for me. Remember we added ½ inch to the top, so measure down ½ inch, then the arm depth, which was 2 centimeters for me. The bottom of this line can be connected to the side line, then the rectangle can be rounded out. Now the armhole is done. Now you can flare out the skirt. Leave space at the bottom of the armhole since you'll need to put a seam there. Come down maybe ½ inch, then flare out the skirt. The body of the dress is now done. Now let's do the sleeve. Begin by marking a line that's the sleeve length measurement, 10 centimeters for me. Remember we have to add a ½ inch to the top for casing, so go ahead and raise the top ½ inch. For the sleeve width, take the shoulder width measurement that hasn't been cut in half, 2 centimeters here, and multiply it by 4. This will be the full sleeve width. If you prefer, you only have to do half the sleeve, so that would be half as wide, but I like to make the sleeve a single wide piece if I can, because I find it easier to cut out. But you can do it however you like, making it a half piece to be cut out on a fold, or whatever you prefer. Since mine is a single piece, the armhole needs to be marked on both sides. Just like before, we'll want to come down 1/2 inch from the top mark, then from that point measure down the arm depth, 2 centimeters for me. This will also be half the shoulder width measurement, so 1 centimeter, and then close the rectangle and round it out. See how easy that was? The pattern is now complete. Now you can make your own to fit any doll you want. That's all for today though. Thanks for watching. Bye.